You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast, delivering the knowledge in all things fitness business. We help gym owners win. Here are your hosts, Tim Lyons and Randy Engston.
All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, and in studio, as always, the sorcerer of success, Randy Engston. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful morning here, finally.
Beautiful morning in Scottsdale. Just got done with our Fitpro Growth Summit. What a whirlwind that was.
Yeah,
Holy
how about it?
Great event. Golly. So today I want to kind of review it. But before we do that, a couple things. If you're interested in what we're having to say on this podcast, you want to jump on a call, pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. And you could always go get the book, Built to Grow, at timlyonsbook.com. And I actually got a new website, timlyonsjr.com.
There you go.
That's kind of been up in the background a little bit, so if you want to check that out too. Cool. All right, so we just had 46 or so gym owners fly in and then subsequently fly out of town.
Mm-hmm.
They were here for a couple days. We got in a room and a lot of things happened.
It was pretty incredible. The conversation was just, constantly mind-blowing. Every corner, there was connections being made. There was, good quality, a purposeful conversation. It wasn't very, frivolous and a lot of fun was had, but it was definitely on point.
On point, yeah. I got a ton of great feedback, which was a good feeling because, again, this was our first event ever. Yep. Ran it from scratch, kind of picked the whole idea out. And really, if you hadn't heard what this is where, kind of handpicked and invited any gym owner that was over $400,000 a year or more to kind of get in a room. And we had some speakers come in. We had our tax strategist come in. We've had a social media. We had Natalie from social media, Social Ally. Eric was there. John Farkas talked about the onboarding of clients' first 100 days. Of course, I got up and talked a little bit about marketing, and then Mike Gelfgott was there talking about how he scaled to 20 plus locations, sold 20, and that was just a lot of great convo. Like you said, we shut the bars down both nights, so. So 2 a.m. there were still, conversations happening, some cocktails flowing.
Yeah, it was almost like round table sessions in that little lobby area.
Little
it was
breakouts.
Cool. Breakout sessions, sure.
Yeah. So a lot of good feedback, and the big takeaway I found here is that even though we have success, we've got people that are willing to get in a room and continue to grow and push and level up.
Absolutely, yeah. And that level of like I said, the level of conversation was so. In my opinion, it was so impressive to hear it from every single corner of the room.
So good.
It was awesome.
And big surprise, we launched our Iron Circle Mastermind at this event.
We did.
And we had a great feedback on that, and we got, kind of our founding members kind of started joining in on that. And then even since then, a couple people have been getting on calls with us. So I wanted to kind of announce what the Iron Circle is all about because I can guarantee from this point on, a lot of the conversations, we're going to be talking about some of the things that we do in the Iron Circle.
Yes.
So the idea behind the Iron Circle for everybody listening is really let's just get the best gym owners, again, in a private network to help each other grow.
Yeah. Not
just this one or twice a year kind of thing. We're going to meet like the growth summits. We're going to continue to do those. We're already looking at Nashville.
Yep.
So as being a part of the Iron Circle, you're going to get a bunch of our stuff, right? Our courses, our coaching programs, GPS, and some stuff like that as a way to kind of get you in there. And then we're going to do twice a year events where it's just going to be the Iron Circle only, a private Facebook group, training, Zooms, education. We'll have some, speakers from the Iron Circle kind of present at the growth summits as well as in the Zooms in the private Facebook group. But, I've always, and this is the phrase that I would kind of encapsulates all of this is like opportunities to grow and level up exist when you align yourself with like-minded, driven individuals.
Absolutely. That brings up a good point, too, because some of the questions that we've gotten, at the event and then kind of moving forward is, what am I going to be learning? What am I going to be taught? And that's kind of the difference between having a specific coach that's teaching you a single, purposeful lesson versus something like this mastermind where it's going to be almost like crowdsourcing for growth in general.
Right.
The struggles that come with moving from 1, 2, 3, 5 locations to 7 to 9. Individuals in that group have done it. They've gone ahead. They've found those success and failures in that process. So rather than going to a coach specifically just to scale,
yep.
You're going to be able to pull from the people in the group that have done that. While simultaneously, maybe it's the systems in your facility that need to be tuned up. And we've got guys like, John Farkas, who've got an incredible foundation around that client experience for your first 100 days. We're going to pull from that individual and allow the experts on the topic to deliver the value. And it's not just sourced by a single individual. And that's something I really want to drive home.
Absolutely. On top of that, you do have access to me specifically through Voxer. So if you got a question, I've been getting Voxers
I love it.
all morning. And, and it's really easy to use Voxer because, it's a question and an answer, walkie-talkie. Here's your question, and here's what I would do.
Yep.
And so obviously we'll share Voxers with everybody in the group, and you can talk to each other. But, if you're interested in that style of mastermind, like the best of the best to become better and great, check out the Iron Circle, guys. We're filling up. I think we'll probably cap it somewhere, 50, 60, 70, maybe even 100 if we can handle it, right?
Sure.
Right now we're about half of that number, right? So of that early number. So we're just, just starting, getting it out. And those founding members obviously got a great deal to jump in on this. Give us a call, pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. We can talk to you more about it. But I'm
mention that you're interested in the Iron Circle because, again, there's that barrier for entry. This is not open to the general public. So if you get on a call with me, let me know that you heard about the Iron Circle, you're interested in the Iron Circle, and we can direct the conversation that way.
Yes.
Because it's not something that we're typically going to have the conversation with just every single caller.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, we've got a lot of demand already.
Yeah.
And some people haven't been a good fit, and it's okay. We've got other things for like coaching and stuff like that. Might be a better fit for some of those people. But wow, what a great event. We're talking about Nashville already. I just started getting quotes from the hotels and stuff. So I don't want to like commit to anything right now, but it's obviously going to be first quarter. We're hoping maybe end of January, early February, something like that. Again, that was the second choice that everybody had asked for between Scottsdale and Nashville. And well, actually, I think Nashville was number one, but we were going to do our first one here.
It makes a lot more sense to do it here.
And so another event, again, you get out of the gym, you focus for 2 days specifically on growth and your business. That's the best way that I've found how to grow. But the other thing is you go home and you do those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we talked about that specifically at the event. Like you can sit here and learn all this stuff, but if you don't go do it, what's the point?
Yeah. What is that, 2% or something you said?
Yeah, it is.
2% of all of people return and do the actions that they set out to do.
Yeah, in a typical seminar, like a trafficking conversion or something. And it's funny, I'm the 2%. I always get 1, 2, 3 nuggets, and I go home and I do it.
And that's the biggest thing about events like that is, they're especially a trafficking conversion. I mean, you sit in that room, there's 20,000 people crossing through the doors, and it's so overwhelming that you can't really rely on taking everything home. You know what I mean? Like you said, you have to find the 1, 2, 3 good nuggets that are going to move the needle and really execute those well, because that's how you get the greatest benefit out of it.
So what would you say like the biggest takeaway was for you?
I was not surprised in a shocking way, but very pleased with the quality of the conversation.
Okay.
We work with a lot of gym owners across the entire spectrum from, guys that are pre-launch, single owners that are stepping into opening up their first facility, all the way through to, multiple 10, 12, 15 location owners. The conversation in this room was exactly what we had hoped and what we intended it to be. We're talking about JV partnerships, scaling to those upper echelon levels. How like Mike, the conversations around Mike. Hey, he was wide open about the numbers that he was selling things for, buying locations for, valuing, the business. These are conversations that don't happen when somebody's first stepping into those roles.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so that $400,000 threshold
seems to be the line.
It was I think it was a very good, you know, threshold to really differentiate the quality and the type of conversation. It's not that the quality is any different, but you know, to throw a couple of those young guys in that room would have been overwhelming for them. Yeah. And then I don't think that they would have had as much value to provide to the majority of the room, right? They're looking for more of that business owner conversation, not, hey, how do I increase the conversion percentages of my show rates?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Those things were kind of handled by these businesses already, so they're looking for, like, you know, hey, how do you approach a venture capitalist about opportunities for a franchise? Or where do you go for that next level of financing, or, you know, all of those types of questions that they just don't happen in the other groups.
It's okay. I mean, that's what this appeals to this group. And so for me, I would say, yes, the conversations were big, but the openness of everybody.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We broke down that clarity exercise, and by far and away, that was what people told me that was the best part, was that they were able to tell the truth about where they currently are, tell the truth about in 1 year, where do you want to be, why is it important to them, and what they needed to get there. And we put everybody in these small groups, about I think 4 people in a group, in the conversation. The whole room lit up, right?
Yeah.
It was like we couldn't pull these guys away from each other to get to the next speaker. It was really that's what told me we had the right people.
Absolutely.
I could not get people back in their seats.
Well, to speak to that, right? I mean, even with our coaching clients, the ones that open up and are honest and transparent are the ones that have the most growth.
Exactly.
You can't. All of us have. I don't want to say skeletons, but we have, you know, areas that we know we don't execute the greatest. Those areas of discomfort is exactly what we need the others to drive home for us, so that we can push through those. And an opportunity like in that clarity exercise. Yeah. As long as you're honest and transparent, the people around you are going to help you come from where you are to where you want to go.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
And then at the end, where we had Hunter jump up and kind of tell his story, that's how the Iron Circle is going to be. We're going to stand up. We're going to talk about where they're currently at, where they want to be. What would you do as a group? And it was amazing. It just kept going for 20 minutes, just person. People like chiming in, saying, "Here's what about? Have you thought about this? Here's what I would do." And Hunter's like, you know, tons of info.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad we recorded that, because he's going to need to go back and listen. And then Hunter came over here.
Yeah.
If you look in the other room, the whiteboard's full.
Perfect.
He came in for a day or like an hour, and we just whiteboarded it out. Here's his next play. So those were the big problems we were solving for people, and, you know, everybody's got something they need help with.
And some value to bring to the group. So a lot of the conversation, some of the initial founders had some hesitation, because they actually felt like they didn't have the ability to provide value to the group.
Interesting.
And so working through John and I had a good conversation with a few of them, and he's like, gentlemen, like, throughout this conversation, throughout these 2 days, I've already taken value from our conversation. Like, I'm going home and I'm changing certain things because of what you've already mentioned and done and things like that. So even like the lowest guy on the totem pole has something unique that they bring to the table and do exceptionally well, that everybody else from the group can benefit.
Yep. And it's great, right? So I kind of told everybody, like, my goal for the Iron Circle is to be the Joe Polish of the fitness industry. And really, if anybody hasn't heard of Joe Polish, he's actually here in Phoenix, which is really cool. He's got a genius network, and really the members of his network are Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi.
Sure.
These are the guys that already have masterminds and big coaching groups of their own, but they come to that to meet each other and be with each other. And so that's really what I'm looking for. No competition. I'm like, I can't share this with anybody. I want to be wide open book, just kind of a shift in our business a little bit. You know, we give away a ton of value on these podcasts, and again, great feedback. Thank you guys. If you haven't reviewed the podcast, if you find interest in if you find value, share this with somebody, another gym owner. But that's exactly what we've been doing on this podcast, has been opening up. And when we give, all of a sudden we start to receive.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's the karma or what that word is, but what do you call that?
Oh, I mean, karma would be one of them, but
abundance.
Well, an abundance mindset for sure. You know, scarcity versus abundance would teach you that if you're afraid to give away value, or if you think that you're rooted in competition, your competition is going to take everything. No, give it all away, guys.
Yep.
Like, we live in a world where there's plenty of clients and customers for each of us.
Yep.
Give it away. Give the information away.
Yeah. So that's the goal of this. And, some of the conversations we're having, I do we call it a decade in a day call with every first person, like the first call, and with me direct, we record it. We talk about your entire business from top to bottom. I mean, what else do you want, right? Like, you got somebody you can lean on, me and you, Randy, and the other people in the group. So
I love it because it's almost like, one, you're building your tribe, which is invaluable in business. Having good quality, same level above, a little above and a little beyond, or a little below, but essentially that same tier quality of owner. And it's almost like crowdsourcing problem solving. I would
agree.
It's like I just love the idea that you don't have to just worry, or you're not hiring a single coach who's going to turn around and go ask his network if he doesn't have the answer.
Right. You
have the access to the the answers to the question right there in front of you.
Right.
So I love it.
The Iron Circle is born.
I'm
excited. This is kind of been a long-term project for us. I got, Rick Mayo kicked me in the butt and said, hey, you need to do this, man.
Yeah.
And so he kind of like helped me make the decision. We already kind of knew the direction we were going, but he kicked me in the butt. And again, that's a mentor for me. I can't thank him enough to kind of give me the nudge, and we've done it. So guys, if you're interested in the Iron Circle, I mean, come on, let's do this. Let's level up. Just jump on a call, pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. I am going out of town
today.
You're
done.
I'm heading to Pittsburgh, and then Allentown, Augusta, Aiken, South Carolina, St. Louis, and I'm just meeting with gym owners. And that's not for the Iron Circle or anything like that. It's for the automation build out and something I love, but wow, the travel's crazy this week.
Yeah,
so,
I got to hold down the fort for at least a week, I think.
Can you hold it down?
I will prevent it from burning down.
Yeah,
yes.
Don't burn it down, please. So we got that happening. A lot of great momentum in the business, and we talked about momentum on a previous podcast about how entrepreneurs, when momentum's high, they're happy, and when momentum slows, they're sad. And I'm definitely happy right now. Things are going great, and people are just calling, and they just want to know more. And so if that's you, again, jump on a call. We got some guests coming up next week when I get back in town. We have Clayton Mast, the CEO and founder of Infusionsoft/Keep, going to be in the studio.
In the Built to Grow podcast studio.
Can you believe it? He's here's a guy who's hundreds of millions of dollars company owner, and it's just like, hey, come on and sit down at the table and let's have a chat.
Yeah.
I can't do a Whiskey Wednesday with Clay, but we're gonna have a lot of deep conversations with him. We want to see where the platform's going, what he thinks is the next thing for them. And then, as you know, everybody listening, we are Keep certified partners, and we do build out automations. And in fact, that's what I'm doing this next week, where I'm flying around, and we're going to go do automation, client lifecycle build outs, and saving time. If you haven't heard about client lifecycle automations, go back a couple podcasts. I think 56 might have been the one. You can listen more about automations and how it saves time. You can make more money. Everything's done on systems. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, we don't even have enough time today to go into more. It's time. Yeah, time to travel, time to get work done. So.
I got to get it done. So, guys, Iron Circle's born. If you're interested in that, love to have a chat with you. Give us a call. pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. The event was great. Stay tuned for the next one. If you missed this one in Scottsdale, we are going to Tennessee, Nashville. I've never been. I heard nothing but good things.
Same boat.
I got a good friend that lives out there. He's an old country singer.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna maybe go see him play.
Good.
That would be amazing.
I'm a fan of his music. So.
Yeah. No, I know. He's got his albums and stuff. So that was my first roommate in college. Old Forbes. Heath Forbes, if you're listening, buddy, we're coming your way, man. We better have us a table up front.
Yeah, especially now, because now I get the plug on the Built to Grow podcast.
All of a sudden, his downloads go up.
iTunes just explodes with that.
Heath Forbes, old
Who
country.
knew? Every gym owner was a fan.
Yeah. He would appreciate it. So, maybe we'll have him on the show.
That'll be fun. That'll be great.
All right, guys. Until next time, guys, keep changing lives. Go do something great, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.